And that's driver time done there, isn't it? With 1 hour, 48 minutes gone.
Wow, that's really sharp. And look at this, 2 Papaya, 2 yellow and black cars, and an Aston Martin and a Mercedes getting involved as well. Who's coming out on top of this? This is Ben Keating threading the eye of the needle. No, it's not. It's Tom Van Rompuy. Ben Keating's been shuffled to the back. Van Rompuy makes it up about 4 spots. So the 81 car now up to 8th place. Both McLarens in 9th, or they were, because the number 10 Aston Martin has jumped in between them.
Yeah, we're seeing them beginning to cycle through, and here comes side by side. 94
yeah,
on
Duval,
the 51.
Duval putting a lot of pressure there on Giovinazzi. And there's a GT car in between them as they head through Eau Rouge. That's heavily compromised, Robin Freins there. Look at that. And now the Ferrari, all of them, is going to be right under attack here. The Ferrari goes to the outside. And, oh, the Peugeot's got the momentum, goes through the middle. This is amazing.
This is phenomenal stuff from Loic Duval. I thought he was going to follow the Ferrari because the double toe would help him, but he had more speed even than Giovinazzi. So Duval goes up 2, Freins goes back 2. Giovinazzi stuck exactly where he was. He's still in 5th.
Hats off to all 3 of them there. They needed the respect, the awareness, and the safety of all the drivers that were fighting. So, I mean, amazing stuff. Robin Freins was the unfortunate victim.
And still, what on earth is going on here? Sebastian Boe under attack from the number 10 Spirit of Le Mans Aston Martin. Eduardo Barrichello got a run on the inside. Does he stay in front into Eau Rouge? Sebastian Boe is side by side. Didn't want to lift off a fraction, and he's got good momentum coming through as well, Anthony.
Yeah, this isn't over.
Brave,
absolutely not over there. So Boe had a little, a bit of contact there, and some debris falls off the car. I think from the Aston Martin, perhaps. So Boe back round the outside, but he's still there, isn't he, as Barrichello, and there's even more contact. This is getting pretty hot between these 3.
Yeah, it really is, and that is Rui Andrade's Corvette trying to get in there as well. RG and Bargy,
yeah,
if you will.
It's getting messy. It's not going to end well if they don't calm down soon. I get the feeling it's getting too extreme.
In the black Mercedes, Stephen Grove has moved ahead of Rui Andrade, and so too has the pink and white Porsche of Rahal Fry. And it looks as though more contact between Sebastian Boe and Eduardo Barrichello.
Just watching the AMG there, great momentum, but the road was full in front of them. We've got one incident under investigation between the 59 and the 61, and another that is going to be a 30-second stop-and-go penalty for the number 60 Iron Lynx AMG, now with Brenton Grove at the wheel, and that's for the incident that involved Sean Gelael.
Yeah, I think so. Unfortunately then for Brenton Grove, the road was full of Bode in front of him, and still is. And this is the 61 car, just a little further up the order. Lynn Herdanius chasing Finn Geersitz.
Yeah, trying to go around the outside there. Who's in the Corvette? So that was too risky, and you've lost so much momentum because of it. You're never going to be given the room trying to go around the outside of that, of such a high-speed corner. It's inevitable that the cars run out wide. Di Resta has displaced Hansen, and under the attack from the BMW as well, from Kevin Magnussen. Car 15 makes it through under the braking. So what happened there through Eau Rouge? And Radion Hansen thinks about coming back around the outside, has to back out of it, and the Alpines through as well.
Yeah, Ferdy Habsburg getting by the yellow Ferrari. He's going to have a look at Kevin Magnussen in the blue, black and white BMW as well. Can't get through, but here comes the Peugeot of Loic Duval, trying to shove his nose up the inside of Phil Hansen's yellow Ferrari.
Yeah, Hansen left a tantalising gap there, didn't he, on the inside of turn 8. What happened? So the rundown, I saw that Di Resta got a great run out of La Source and just sent it on the inside. Brilliant move there. Right, I mean, he ultimately went off the track, all 4 wheels over the white line on the exit, but that was brave stuff.
But Fuoco, meantime, is getting away from this group. 4.5 seconds to the good.
Schumacher on the inside.
And he's going to take that position.
Lovely move there by Schumacher. He saw a gap on the exit of turn 14. And now the BMW's getting involved as well. Contact, and this is big. Oh, such high speed there to be making contact like that. But muscles his way through.
it was really notable coming down the hill towards out of Piff Puff how much the Ferrari was sliding around. It's not got the grip at the rear that the other two did.
I don't think Pierre Guidi knew that the BMW was going to stick on the inside into that corner or something, but that was, talk about forcing your way through. That, my heart was in my mouth, let alone what it was like for the BMW.
Robin Frijns' adrenaline probably made that seem very straightforward, but it's going to make a fantastic replay, that's for sure. And closing in on them, by the way, Nick de Vries in the Toyota.
Let's take another look at this. So he did know he was there because he was pushing him off the track on the exit of turn 15. But Robin Frijns kept his foot in, not afraid at all in being pushed wide. And this is the view on board. Wow. I tell you what, at any moment that car could have pitched sideways, and as soon as you do that, you've lost all your downforce.
Game over.
This is what it looked like with Pierre Guidi.
So now we're going to find out how fast a Ferrari is and how fast an Alpine is. Just over 90 minutes to go, and now it's Alpine versus BMW for the second place.
Let's hear from Pierre Guidi.
Okay, we keep cool. 16 laps to go. 16 laps to go. We change the all 4 tires after these 16 laps. 16 laps, and we change all 4 tires.
Yeah, because at the moment, these tyres for Pierre Guidi, they didn't change any in the last stop. And stop before that, they did have 4 used tyres on. So they did 14 laps in that stint, and he's currently sitting at 13 laps in this stint. So they're not hugely old, but he will have the tyre advantage next time around. Look at this. So Frijns he's really on it, isn't he? He's revved up from what happened earlier on, and he's got the Ferrari behind him, who goes round the outside. He's going to do both of them.
He is going to do both of them. He can't stay on. He does stay on. Alessandro Pierre Guidi.
Watch the BMW. Watch the BMW on the Alpine too. And he's got a good run on the Ferrari coming down to La Source. And here comes the Alpine to the outside.
Mick Schumacher loses 2 positions in one corner.
But makes
Pierre
one
Guidi
back. Comes up inside Robin Frijns, can't get there. Frijns with a good run alongside Pierre Guidi. Oh my goodness, this is not the place to be. Very, very bold. He does go through, and Pierre Guidi cuts the corner. He's going to have to give that one away, but it's Alessandro Pierre Guidi, so he's not going to give that one away. He's going to make Robin Frijns work for it, because I think Alessandro Pierre Guidi feels hard done by on the run up the hill the last time round. Back with 4th, 5th, 6th and 7th in LMGT3. Kelvin van der Linde in the yellow and blue BMW, still pursued by Dennis Olsen and Ben Barker in the Mustangs, and Olsen shows his nose around the outside in the bus stop. Doesn't get through, but it delayed the BMW, have to ratchet up the brakes. Olsen alongside, and right behind him, bump drafting Ben Barker 3 wide up to La Source. Somebody's going to come out of this in front, somebody maybe in the gravel, and Ben Barker is the man who goes into the gravel. 3 into 1 was never going to work there, but Dennis Olsen goes past the BMW down into Eau Rouge. That's a change for 4th. The BMW down to 5th. Up to 6th place is Yuichi Nakayama, and Ben Barker trying to make it 3 wide. Can Schumacher win this? And it will be down to the driver. Look at the way he's catching the Toyota. He's all over the back of de Vries, and de Vries can't get by the Mercedes.
Full course yellow coming in 15 seconds. Can the positional change come before that? And this is why they're looking for it. He has done it. He's done it. He's made the change on the Toyota. He'll be able to close the gap a little before we go down in about 2 seconds. Full course yellow. Huge lock-up from Mick Schumacher in coming down to full course yellow speeds.
Well, that's a little bit like the pass for the lead in LMGT3 in Imola last year on the last second of the full course yellow countdown. He had to do it, and he did.
Watch this lock-up, as Graham pointed out under our graphics. Did he make it down to the speed? I'm nervous. Slowing down during a corner, that's why that happened.
Okay. Here we go.
Well, this will help the fuel save, but I don't think it's enough, is the honest answer. With 21 minutes before the end of this race, the gap's are artificial now with the full course yellow speeds, of course. It's Alessandro Pierguidi from Alex Lynn who will need to stop. Both will need to stop.
And it's only a 60-second full course yellow, so this will raise the bar again in 30 seconds. It certainly hasn't done enough. But Mick Schumacher, that might have been an absolutely critical pass. Oh, Nick de Vries comes right back at him. Phenomenal restarting from the Toyota driver, and he shoves the Alpine off the circuit. But Schumacher taking precisely none of that old nonsense and puts the Iron Dames between himself and the Toyota. But wow,